In this video, we're going to show you how to remove the water valve on your steam dryer. So to remove the water valve for your steam dryer, depending on your model, they're either mounted down low like this one is, or you may find it mounted up higher in the cabinet. If it is higher in the cabinet, then you're going to be taking the top off in order to remove it, and it's actually quite easy to do. On this model, it's not bad to do. It's just there's a couple things you got to do first. And the first thing you're going to want to do is remove this cover. So with a Phillips screwdriver, I'm just going to remove these 3 screws. Now there is a screw here that's basically connecting this panel to this exhaust vent. You can leave that in there and just take both the cover and the vent right out. And that'll give you more room to work on the inside. So now that we have that panel out of the way and the piece of ductwork that comes with it, I like to suggest just taking a rag or something and just putting it down over this edge of the metal. Just because this is just stamped out metal, so the edges are actually quite sharp, so just to give yourself a little bit of protection. And if you want to, you can also just wear a pair of safety gloves just to give you that little bit of extra peace of mind so you don't get cut. So the first thing you're going to be looking at doing is removing the 2 screws that hold the valve. So on this manufacturer, 1 screw has to be completely removed. The other one just has to be loosened a few turns because they've given you an opening for the head of that screw to drop into so you can slide this valve out. Just sort of raise it a little bit. And there, now it can come out. So the only thing that's stopping it from coming any further is the wiring harness that has a little wire tie on it. I'm just going to release that. So now we'll just bring the box out a little bit, and then we can remove our wiring harnesses. And they just pull off. So now our valve has a hose that you can see right here. That is the water line that goes from the valve up into the steam box, and that hose has to be released. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this plastic casing from the valve, and it just is squeezed in so it easily comes off. And now we can kind of more easily see that water line where it attaches to the valve. So to release that water line, you'll see it has a little plastic keeper so that it has to be, this little keeper has to be removed for us to be able to release that hose. So I'm just going to take a small blade screwdriver and insert it into a notch. That's right there. And just pull that little keeper out of place. So with that removed, this type of hose is held by a little bit of pressure. So I'm just going to pull that collar back towards the valve, and that'll allow me to pull that hose out. And that has our valve released. So I'll do this from the outside so you can see it a little better. So I've pulled that little retainer off, and now I'm just going to pull that white collar downwards. And then the hose will slide right out. And that's how easy it is to remove the water valve on your steam dryer.